Welcome back. This is your educator, Rajni Jha, and we have come to the fifth part of the topic subject and verb agreement. Here is the slide where you can read about me. If you like the video, do not forget to rate, recommend it. Also, you can follow me at Unacademy at this link. Now, this rule number 6, is concerned with a certain words. It contains a set of words which are similar in construction. These are the words one, none, each, every, each one, everyone, either, neither. Since I said that these are absolutely similar in construction, if you know the usage of even one of them, that would mean that you know the usage of all of them. Let's just take one as an example. I'm sure you know about its usage. Just think which sentence would be correct. One boy is required or one boys are required. Of course, the sentence one boy is required is correct. Therefore, one will be followed by a singular noun, which in turn will be followed by a singular verb. Right? The same pattern goes for every word in this category. Now you can see that every word, be it one, none, either, neither, each one, everyone, they all will be followed by a singular noun, which in turn will be followed by a singular verb only. Um, Now, I said that these words are singular in construction, all of these. That is because they refer to one person at a time. In Hindi, it means harek. But when I say either or neither, that would mean that I'm talking about one person at a time out of two. When I say every, that means that I'm talking about one person at a time out of more than two. Each can be used for two or more than two, and one can be used for two or more than two. None can be used for more than two. None is basically used for more than two only. Now this two and more than two thing is going to make more sense in the next rule. All right, but in some books you would find that none is considered as both singular and plural depending on the context, which is right in a way, but in a more formal usage this is considered singular only. So just stick to the singular thing. Now let us try to apply this in the following sentences. First sentence is one man or men is or are enough to pull this off. Now I know that one is followed by a singular noun, so I would choose man. And since the noun is singular, the verb has to be singular, so I would choose is. And the correct sentence would become one man is enough to pull this off. Next, each artist or artists is or are a brand in himself. Next, in this sentence as well, you can see that that sentence starts with each, which is singular in construction, so it has to be followed by a singular noun. So I would choose artist, and since the noun is singular, the verb has to be singular as well. So I would choose is, and the correct sentence becomes each artist is a brand in himself. Next, neither student or students has or have done his or their work. Again, neither is singular in construction, so it will be followed by a singular noun. Therefore, I would choose student. Since the noun is singular, the verb has to be singular, so I would choose has. And since the noun is singular, the other part of speech have to be singular only, so between his and their, I would choose his. And the correct sentence becomes neither student has done his work. Next sentence, each man and each woman has or have done his, her, or their work. Now, again, you can see that in this sentence as well, the word each is used. And as long as the word each is used, you have to keep in mind that the noun and verb has to be singular only. So you can see after each, I have written man, not men, and woman, not women. Okay. Now, the verb has to be singular as well. So I will choose has. Now, ideally, this possessive case should be singular. But here I cannot choose a singular possessive case because if I choose his, this does not refer to woman. If I choose her, this won't refer to man. So I will have to choose their because there is no other option. So the correct sentence would become each man and each woman has done their work. Next, rule number 7. This rule is more of an extended version of the previous rule. This rule as well has the same set of words as that of the previous rule except word every. And I will tell you in a while why I didn't include the word every in this category. You can see in this rule that after these words, of is used as a preposition, and then the or possessive adjective is used, and then the noun is plural but the verb is singular. So some of you might think that this kind of changes the pattern, because so far we have studied that if the noun is singular, the verb has to be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb has to be plural. So let me just tell you that it doesn't change any pattern, because a verb always depends on the subject only. Here, this noun is not the subject. The main subject is the are the words which are used before the preposition of. So basically, the main subject would be these words. And I've already told you in the previous rule that these words are singular in construction. That is why the verb used here is singular. Now, why is the noun plural? This noun is plural because it shows that out of how many things or people you're talking. Okay, and that is why it's plural. Now, let's just try to apply this rule in the following sentences. First is either of the student or students has or have done his work. Now, you can see the sentence starts with either, then there is of and the. So, after this, I know that the noun has to be plural, so I will choose students, and the verb has to be singular, so I will choose has, and the sentence becomes either of the students has done his work. Now, in the previous rule, I told you either and either refer to one person at a time out of two. So, either of the students has done his work. That means that there are two students, and I'm talking about one of them at a time. Next, neither of the two students has or have done his or their work. Again, you can see the sentence starts with neither, which is followed by of, and then the is used. So, after that, the noun has to be plural. So, out of students and student, I would choose students, and the verb has to be singular, so I would choose has. So, the correct sentence becomes neither of the two students has done his work. Now, here you can see, since two students is mentioned, I cannot use a none over here. I can use neither only. In fact, the more correct sentence would be neither of the students. I don't even have to mention two, but in some of the exams, they mentioned two, so I have explained this sentence in this slide. So yeah, the correct sentence would be neither of the two students has done his work. Next, none of my friends or friend is or are going to party. Again, the sentence starts with none, it is followed by of, then there is a possessive case. So the noun after it has to be plural, so I would choose friends. But the verb has to be singular, so I would choose is, and the sentence becomes none of my friends is going to the party. Now here, it means that there are more than two friends. Next, every or every one of the students or student is or are hardworking. First of all, in this construction of the construction, you cannot use every, and that is why I did not include this word in this category. Every here would be incorrect, and many a time this question has been asked where the sentence is every of the students. So of course this is incorrect. It has to be everyone. You cannot use every over here. So between every and everyone, I would choose everyone because every is wrong in this construction. Then there is of and the, and I know that after this the noun has to be plural, so I would choose students, and the verb has to be singular, so I would choose is, and the sentence becomes every one of the students is hardworking. Next, she is one of the most intelligent students or student. Here you can see that there is a word one which is followed by of, and which in turn is followed by the. So after this the noun has to be plural, so I would choose students, and the correct sentence would become she is one of the most intelligent students. Next, each one of the candidate or candidates is or are equally deserving. Here you can see that the sentence again starts with each one, and it is followed by of, then there is the, which is the article. And I know in this construction, after the you have to use a plural noun, so I would choose candidates, and the verb has to be singular because the main subject here is each one, which is singular, so I would choose is as a verb, and the sentence becomes each one of the candidates is equally deserving. I hope these two rules are clear to you, but if you have any query or doubts, do not forget to mention them in the comment section. And thank you very much for watching the video.